Hi everybody, I'm Michael, and I am here playing Fire Emblem Gaiden. I am actually playing the Nuzlocke challenge, which means instead of fighting with all of the characters, I'm only fighting with some of the characters. And specifically, I'm just fighting with like these three characters. 1, 2, 3. Not a whole lot of characters. Okay. So what I'm going to try to do in this battle, let's see, which character is a better fighter? Who's got more power and defense? Luka does. So I am going to send Luka off to fight the boss. I'm going to use warp magic here to warp him from here to here. And he should be able to fight the boss by himself. Now, Gray is going to kind of be forced to fight the other enemies by himself. So I'm moving Gray over here to the right. As I stated in a previous video, I'm going to try not to use Alm. We'll see if I can actually succeed in my plan not to use Alm so much in this battle. Simply because I want him to get all the level ups with the Angel Ring later on in the game. So yeah, that's the downside, or you might say the plus side of Alm. Okay, I could probably warp him again, can't I? I can. So I probably shouldn't have done that. I probably should have done this straight from the start. Warped Gray there to the healing square, and I'm going to move Luka over here. Hopefully I could move him one right, and he'll be on that dodging tile in the next on the next turn. And Alm, I'm going to move Alm right here just in case the villains go after Silk. I didn't mention these tiles yet, did I? That's a healing tile. That pink tile, it's a healing tile. You stand on it and your HP is healed by 5 points every turn. I think it's 5 points. Could be wrong about the specific number. So fingers crossed this battle goes well, and I didn't get myself into a dangerous situation there. Yeah, I'm kind of in a situation my characters can't really counterattack at all. Like, Luka can't move around and move. I guess it can go down here and kill this archer. I don't like that archer. Archers are nasty. Archers do a lot of damage. But yeah, Gray is kind of in a perfect spot here. You know, he's only going to fight one enemy per turn, and every single time he's going to heal himself 5. So this was a good spot for Gray. Maybe not such a good spot for Luka. This enemy right here is pretty tough. You'll notice Luka, my strongest character, is only doing 4 damage to it. It's a very tough enemy. It's sort of like the boss of this level, if you want to think of it that way. It's not because it's super strong, but it's got one of those, what do you call it? It's got a shield. That's why I'm doing very little damage to it. See, he's got a leather shield. You couldn't see. Anyway, he's got a leather shield. There we go. Let's have Luka finish off the archer. Really? I'm not a fan of it when that happens with enemies. And Alm, guess kind of move him along, maybe? And then end turn. Yeah, so this is kind of a slow battle. See, if only Luka had destroyed that archer, then we wouldn't have to worry so much about the archer and then all these other thieves. But Luka's doing great. Okay, good job, Luka. And maybe that thief will clear the pathway to the dodging tile. I say as other thieves take its space, making it impossible for me to land on the dodging tile. So yeah, Luke is kind of in a bad spot now, but do not worry. He will be able to move over to the healing tile, basically trade places with Gray. Gray is level 3 now, good for him. Let's finish off this archer, not miss this time. There we go. That archer just being a pain because it can attack from a distance. And this one enemy seems interested in Alm. Let's move Alm here to the dodging tile. Yeah, so that mercenary obviously can do a maximum of 4 damage per turn. Wow, they both missed each other. That's not good. Have Alm stay where he is. Why not? And then maybe Luka... He cannot reach the dodging tile. Okay. That's okay. Good. So this battle's going smoothly. At least it will be as soon as Luka kind of gets out of the way. Manages to get some healing. Alright, let's move Gray here just to protect Luka. So yeah, Gray's taking way more damage than Luka ever did. Only got power. Well, that's great. That's not something you need. You need defense. So let's have Gray move as far away as possible and hope that as far away as possible is far away enough that the enemies do not want to go after him. Yes, okay, the enemies decide to do nothing. That was a lucky break. Okay, now the 2 enemies are going to go after Luka, right? As we've indicated, this mercenary does a maximum of 4 damage to Luka, but the healing square heals him 5 every turn. So, he's fantastic. He doesn't really have to worry. And sure, I'll let this... I'll let this... No, I'm going to move Gray a little bit farther. I don't want to be in danger of being hit by that mercenary. And beautiful. Luka is within distance of killing the enemy on the next turn. He's within striking distance of victory. So cool. That's sort of how the that's one way to fight the battle, using the warp spell. What you would normally do, you normally wouldn't have the warp spell at this point. I had to level up Silk quite a bit to get the warp spell. What you'd normally do is sort of you go to the right, you'd fight all the enemies. Then about the time that you finish with all the enemies on the right, the boss shows up, and then you'd fight the boss. Okay, so once again, let's have Luka be a great fighter. This battle is kind of a tough one. So let's get started. So 3 of the enemies are going to come? Yeah, 3 of the enemies are going to come attack. The enemy I'm worried about is that archer on the right-hand side. That archer has a steel bow, and that allows it to do extra damage, and it allows it to attack from a distance of 3 squares, I believe. 3 squares, a really long distance. So basically, no matter where your characters are on the fortress, if they're in the middle of the fortress, the archer can reach them. If they're on the right-hand side of the fortress, the archer can reach them. If they're on the left-hand side of the fortress, they're good. The archer can't do anything. But it's still kind of nasty. You know, I can't go forward and attack those enemies there without fear of being attacked by that archer. Good job, Silk. Okay, and Gray should be able to finish this enemy. Good. More power. Power to you, Gray. Oh, what I really should have done is given that shield to Silk, because she's got no defense. She's only got 1 defense, maybe. She got some defense earlier on, but normally she has very little defense. So her defense is 4. Okay, that's not so bad. It's still not the best, but... No, man. Oh, come on, Silk. You have to do better than that. And let's just fight the final soldier as the final soldier comes down. Yep. Alright, this should be good. There we go, Silk. So because Luka's our best character here, what I'm going to do is heal him. Let me show off this spell. White magic. Silk knows recover. Basically, she takes away 1 of her HP and heals another character's HP. It has to be a character standing next to her. The amount of HP they're healed is somewhat random. I think it's based on skill, but sometimes she'll do a double heal, which is nice. So instead of healing them just once, she'll heal them twice in a row. Nobody's been injured enough to the point where they would need a double healing, though, so we don't have to worry about it. So what I'm going to do here is, while I have Luka take care of all the enemies, well, take care of the archer on the right, I'm going to have Silk and Gray take care of the enemy on the left. So very slow. Probably would have been a good idea for me to say use the warp spell to warp somebody directly into the middle of the enemies. That obviously would be the fastest way across the board. And let me move Silk here. So this is a really good spot. You'll notice if Silk attacks this enemy, there's a wall in the way, so the enemy can't counterattack. Either can't counterattack or won't counterattack. It's on a healing tile, so the enemy is just going to stay on that healing tile. So Silk can just stay here all day and just keep draining the enemy's HP and getting lots of experience. So if I was really, really hurting for level ups, I would do that. I would have her just, attack the enemy, let the enemy heal on a healing tile, then attack the enemy again. So yeah, Luka's taking 2 damage from this enemy. I told you it's a really strong weapon that the enemy has. Considering how strong Luka's defense is, yeah, that's a pretty huge weapon if it's doing that much damage. I know I said I would have Gray help fight this enemy, but I kind of want Silk to do it now. So I'll have Gray fight the enemies in the middle. How's that? Let's see, I think this is as far as I could be without fear of being attacked by the archer. We'll see. Hopefully the archer will leave its healing tiles so Luka can defeat it. But yeah, like I said, if I really wanted Luka to get a level up, say, I would have him leave here and let the enemy heal fully. Not the case, though. I am trying to defeat that archer. It's just not working. It's not cooperating. And Silk needs a level up. Come here. There we go. 6. Oh, no. Okay, so she needs one more. Okay. Very slow. Well, she's gonna level up anyway. Even if she keeps missing. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, Archer has a steel bow. What am I gonna do with it? Put it in storage. I'm not gonna use it. I'm never gonna have an archer in my party. At least I don't think I am. Pretty sure I'm not, actually. Yeah, pretty sure I'm not. Let's have Luka there. Luka can heal. How much? She's got 99 experience points, so she's going to heal no matter what next turn, and then Gray will be able to defeat this enemy this turn. I mean, she's going to level up no matter what next turn. No! Dodging enemy. That's not good. Luka's almost all healed. I don't think that one additional, HP point is going to make a difference. Silk is level 9. She got some speed. Was it worth the wait? Maybe? Yeah, I'm gonna ignore that one additional HP. Okay, Gray, you can defeat them. No! No! Sad situation. I'm just gonna have Silk warp Luka to the left. I know that's a silly thing to do, but I'm gonna have her do it anyway. It's gonna save me a couple of turns, which equals out to what, a minute of playtime? Power and HP. Nice. Okay, so he's... What level is everybody? Okay, Luka's the only one at level 10 or above. So there are a total of 20 levels. 20 levels. After that, you don't level up anymore. So I'm going to try to get our characters to reach level 20. Then I'll promote them to get back to level 1, and then they can start the whole cycle over again. Like I said, the mercenary is a unique case. The mercenary can just restart leveling up and promoting and all that jazz. Wow, why are these enemies so good at dodging? This makes no sense to me whatsoever. It's making me feel like I need to warp Gray in there so they can all attack. So let's heal Gray. Of course, now Luka's landing hits, now that I'm prepared to warp Gray over to join the fight. Yeah, I don't know what went wrong during the end of this battle. All I know is that my characters were not doing super well at the end of the battle. They did really well at the beginning of the battle. maybe not the beginning. Yeah, no, they did well with the first 3 enemies. Fighting that archer was just a mess. Fighting these soldiers apparently is just a mess as well. But with 2 people fighting you, you've got to die now, Mr. Soldier. Let's see if Silk can do it. She's not going to. Yes! Okay, so that was a difficult battle, but don't worry, we get a super cool reward for that battle. We get the Bolt Sword. So this is a magic-based weapon. So remember the previous video I was babbling on and on about magic and stuff? Well, this is a magic-based weapon. So it does magical damage to enemies. So if enemies don't have magical defense, they won't be able to survive this weapon. They'll probably take like 15 damage from it. This is Claire, our new character. Her older brother leads the Liberation Force. We're gonna go see her brother in just a moment. This would be a good place for me to like go back and fight the thieves battle again, just to get Claire some levels. But I'm not gonna do that, that would be tedious. So instead, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to have Gray up here. Yeah. Give the shield to Claire. I could have warped somebody, couldn't I? Oh well. Yeah, it would have been a great idea just to warp. Yeah, you know what? Really good idea just to warp Gray to the healing tile. Let's see if I can do that. Of course, not now. It doesn't look good. So now it doesn't look so good now. And there's the boss. Hi, boss. Boss is over to the left. That's a cavalier unit. I have a retreat. I have the retreat function. So retreat is just like that. You get to leave the battle partway through. So first turn, I'm gonna do nothing. That way the enemy leaves the healing tile. And then I'm gonna warp Gray to the healing tile. So I think that should split the enemy forces in half. Half of them will go after Gray, who will be able to withstand their attack. And half of them will go to our characters to the south. So that's pretty good. It will separate the enemies in half and make for an interesting battle. One which will hopefully go much, much better than the previous battle. See, there are no enemies for Gray to fight. Okay, so tell you what, I'm going to move Gray here. That way when Silk warps Gray, Silk will be on a dodging tile. She'll be on the tree. You can see Gray holding up the bolt sword. It's like, I'm ready to shoot lightning. Lightning, it's amazing. Okay, and let's see what happens with the enemies. Will they split in half? I hope so. They do. So Gray does 15 damage to these enemies. Because that's how much damage the bolt sword does, 15. Oh, gets to level up. Okay. Oh, no, enemies. Yeah, okay, good. They are splitting in half. Looks like a pretty even split, too. Of course, Olm, you'll notice, is not as strong as everybody else because he's several levels behind. So this is going to be a little tough. We're going to have to try to protect Olm. Let's see, what direction does the boss go in? I don't know. In any case, I don't like those archer enemies. Oh. Silk needs the experience point. I mean, she needs the HP. So that's why I had her attack that enemy. Like I said, I don't like these archers. I really prefer defeating these archers straight off the bat. So I'm having my two characters fight the archers. See, how much attack power can you do, Claire? You maybe will be able to defeat the archer. Let's see. Luka should be strong enough to at least defeat one of these mercenaries. There we go. Yes. So Claire gets 48 experience points. Nice. Okay. And then Luka will stand here, protecting Silk, because you'll notice the enemies won't be able to attack her from above when Luka's standing right above her. And then, oh yes, the Thunder Sword attacks from a distance, because it's magic. So that's the other great thing about the Thunder Sword. Maybe if I was smart, I would have just warped him right into the middle of the enemies. It doesn't look like he really needs that healing tile to protect him. It looks like he's good enough to defeat the enemies on his own without need of healing. Oh, no, those enemies are doing 6 damage to him. Yeah, he did need that healing tile after all. So how many enemies do we have left? Okay, so the boss is going after Gray, which is good news for me. It's fine. Gray will just use the bolt sword to defeat the boss. Let's see, I'll have Silk attack this enemy from a distance. Yes. That way I can move my other characters like this. Basically moving them out of the way so the boss doesn't go south and fight them. It's so the boss will want to go fight Gray. Good job. One can just go down there. Yep, and our buddy Gray is already at the point where he can promote. He can become a Myrmidon. I thought he was just like a magic knight, but no. Apparently his updated class is a Myrmidon. Nice. I suppose I should say upgraded class, not updated. Level 8 power HP. He's just doing pretty well. So next battle. Let's do this thing. So this battle, you'll see we have a bunch of enemies. Again, warp would be really, really useful to just warp somebody right into the middle of the enemies. Let's do that. So Gray is still the only one who can use the Thunder Sword besides Alm, so I'm going to keep Gray as our character who's being warped. I mean Bolt Sword, not Thunder Sword. In any case, all our other characters can go left to fight 2 enemies. And let's go. So those 4 enemies to the north are all going to try to fight Gray. They're going to lose spectacularly, and it will be beautiful. I suppose another good spot would have been putting Gray on the dodging tree right there. Yeah, that probably would have been a good spot. Then all 4 enemies would have attacked him on the first turn. So normally the way this battle works, if you're not using warp, normally what happens is that you send all your characters left, and they're going to fight these 2 enemies on the next turn. So you fight the 2 enemies to the left, and then about the time you're finished with the 2 enemies to the left, the 4 enemies from above come and attack. Another good place to warp somebody is the bridge in between the top half and the bottom half of the screen. That way you're blocking the bottom half of the screen, so those 4 enemies on the top won't be able to get to the bottom. Alright, so let's see, where do these enemies go? I think all 4 of my heroes will be able to defeat those enemies. But first, let's have Gray finish off the enemy that's right next to him. Because if that enemy is half defeated, that enemy is going to run all the way over here for healing, and it's going to take a while, because nobody can travel that far to reach that enemy. Okay, let's see what Luka can do. Ooh, wow. Cannot do a double attack against that enemy. Luka and that enemy must have the same amount of speed. 5. Okay, what about you, Claire? Ooh, you're gonna get a level up next time you attack, so that's good for you. Level 2, power. Nice. Power and defense are always nice, and I wish I could have Silk on that dodging tile. Alas, not the case. So let's just have Alm stand right next to Silk. That way the enemies won't be able to attack her as much. Although I think because these are cavaliers and they can travel very, very far, because they're riding on horses, that's the premise of these enemies. Because they can travel so very, very far, they could probably just loop the entire group of enemies and both go after Silk. Oh, no. No. Oh. Oh, thank goodness. If that enemy had gone after Silk, Silk would have died. No joke. That would have been an insta-death for Silk. So let's make sure that this enemy won't be able to go after Silk next turn. We'll make sure Silk will be protected by... Everybody just fights it. Everybody. Okay, Alm. Alm can do double attacks on these enemies. Oh! Alm's the only one who can do double attacks. It's not doing as much damage, but he can still do a double attack, so that's good. And Claire, you can maybe take care of this enemy while the enemy's running away, because Claire could definitely do that. Claire's strong enough. And she's a Pegasus Knight, so she can go as far as the enemies can. Because she's technically on a horse, just like they are, even though her horse is flying. Ooh, Gray gets defense. Good. Now, normally what I would do is I'd have Alm take the Thunder Sword. Just not what I'm doing today. That's because, as I said, I'm trying to get Alm... I'm trying to have Alm stay a little low level. That way he can get beautiful level ups in Chapter 3. Saving my game here. Next is going to be a battle, which kind of throws a monkey wrench into the idea of not giving Alm level ups. People can't pass. Oh wait, you're new recruits to the Liberation Fortress. Okay, be careful. There are just random enemies wandering around. So we're at the Rebel headquarters. We're at the Rebel base. And, yeah. So this is pretty tough. Let's see. I don't know how good Gray is gonna do. So I'm moving him north. That's probably a bad idea. Bone Walkers. Okay, so that sword does 12 damage to Bone Walkers. Okay, what about you, zombies? 15 damage to zombies. Yeah, so these enemies are Bone Walkers and zombies. He's doing relatively well holding off all the enemies on his own, but let's see if our other characters can do anything. I bet they can. I bet Claire can get a level up here, if I'm lucky. Claire is at 85. Yeah, she'll get a level up by defeating an enemy. She only does 8 damage, though. Only 8 damage. It's not so good. Luka can kill this one zombie here. And you'll notice these enemies are not giving me a lot of experience points. Even though I'm on easy mode and they're giving me double experience points, they're not giving me a lot of experience points. So these, that's the downside of this battle. These enemies are just not really worth fighting. Sorry, enemies, you're not. I was hoping Silk would do a double attack there, but she did not. So let's end the turn here. So yeah, I'm only going to fight this battle the once, just because it's not worth it to fight these enemies over and over and over again. They do not give you enough experience points. The main draw, I suppose, of this battle is that we can have multiple characters fight. Like, all the characters can fight here. It's good. You probably need all the characters to fight. So, I don't think I've explained the Nuzlocke challenge very well in this video. Basically, it limits the number of characters you have in a party. I believe I said that earlier. But the way it limits it is by only giving you, say, 1 or 2 characters. No, just 1 character per area. So in this area, we have 3 characters. We have 3 characters we can get. So it's obviously a big limitation to only pick 1 of them. I think I know which character it is. It's not going to be our archer friend, Python. It's going to be... I'm going to go for Cleive, Claire's brother, her brother. The one who is the leader of the rebellion. Because he's got a really, really good weapon. And so by having him join the party, I get that really, really good weapon. Yes. I believe it's a weapon that both he and his sister can use. It's like a spear. No, I think Luka can use it too. We've got different types of weapons. I haven't mentioned that, but yeah, some people use spears, some people use swords. So Claire's brother has a really good spear. I don't think there's anybody who, like, doubles in weapons. Like, they only can do one particular type of weapon attack. So if you've got a sword, you can only use sword weapons. You can't use swords and spears. Silk is really close to leveling up, which is why I'm not helping her here. I mean, I'm not having any of the other characters come in and save her. But once she does get that level up, then I'll send in Claire to get the, level 10, magic up 1, nice. I'll send in Claire here to vanquish the enemy and save the day. Let's just move Silk out of the way so the enemy will focus on Claire. So much for my plan, huh? Okay, so those bone walkers were defeated. And the character, I believe, is you. Yes, Cleive. Thank you for saving my sister. I've got a favor to ask. Starting today, will you be the leader of the rebel forces? We wanted to Meissen, but he said, no, you're our best hope. So, Alm, you're now our leader. You can save Sophia. Yes, Alm just got a promotion. Do you seek defense? Ooh, nice. Do I seek power, right? Power and defense, they're both great. So, let's get Alm power. And then let's give Silk 1 defense. Who accepts? Silk does. Now that I've used those lion heads 3 times, they disappear. They won't be used again. Children of Mila, get your promotions. Can Luka become a knight? No, he's still got plenty of levels left. Gray Myrmidon? Sure, let's have Gray promoted to Myrmidon. Extra defense. Nice. So Gray's going to be in great shape for the next battle, which is actually going to be the final battle of chapter number 1. Yeah, so I know the first video had a lot of grinding, but after we got through it, we basically had everybody super powered up, and we just powered through pretty much every battle in this chapter, except for the last one. That'll be the next video.